Welcome to step 2 of my cooking series video workflow thing. In this step, we're going to talk about menu planning, what tools I use for my menu planning, as well as having a conversation with my wife on how we pick our recipes. So before we get into the conversation of how we pick our recipes, I want to show the tools because I think some of that's a little more involved. And really that's where you need to find what's going to work for you. You don't have to use the exact tools that I use. I've just found them to be very helpful. They've worked pretty well for our family. And if you're a single person, the tools will work the same. The conversation may not necessarily pertain to you because you don't have a whole family worth of people to try to figure out, unless you do. There are single parents out there. But for the most part, I think this works for just about anybody. So let's get started on the tools. So one of the first tools that I have is a fridge calendar that I created and had made. Originally, I had one that I had cut out on my Silhouette Cameo, which was just a vinyl. Wherever there's black, it was just the white sticker, and it went on the fridge. Then you could see the black through here, which worked out well, and it was fine. But this, to sell it on my Etsy store to make it easier, this is now a semi-permanent vinyl sticker. So you can reposition it if you need to, from when air bubbles or not, or if you move or something you need to take it off, you can take it off. But you can put this then anywhere. So it can go on your fridge, it can go on cabinet, it could go, wherever you need it to be. But I think having some sort of central calendar that's easy to see and easy to post so that you can have a place of, okay, what was I making for dinner? If you're a single person, you could just use the phone app that I'll be showing you in a minute. But for those that have more people in the house, this is handy because then they can see what's coming up for dinner, especially when you have picky eaters and they can decide, okay, I don't really care for that meal, so I'll just make myself a sandwich or some ramen or something instead. I have two sizes of this on the Etsy store. I've got this one, which is for a double fridge, and then I have this one, which is for a single fridge, and you can see that the shopping list has been moved down at the bottom, and it's not as big. This is it's the size for ease of shipping, flat. But then we wanted to make sure that the squares were large enough to write in. So those are on my Etsy store if you would like to purchase those and have them shipped to you. But as you can see, I can just swap out the month really easily, and you can use, I'll be showing you in the next little video, chalk markers that I had used, but you can use with this sticker, you can use dry erase or vis-a-vis. Would work just fine. So, but you can write down the dates, you can write down what you're having, you can quickly just wipe something off and, move it to another day. With the grocery list, as you can see, I used to use magnets, but they were just so thin and they kind of warp, that I don't use them as much, but I had the recipes on a magnet as well, but then I was adding a lot of recipes and taking things away, so it was like I had to remake the magnets. It was just kind of a pain, so I stopped them for the recipes, but I still use them for our most used items for the grocery list so that people can just come over, put them up there, and then when I order I can just take them down, or I can still just write whatever I need. And then the to-do list section I use mainly for large cooking projects. So you could use it for your actual to-do list or people's to-do list, but for me it's when I have Thanksgiving or Christmas or holiday baking. That's where I write those recipes so I can check them off as I go instead of trying to cram them on that day. I can just write Thanksgiving meal, and then I know, okay, I've got the mashed potatoes, the gravy, the green bean casserole, the turkey, the blah 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 that I have to make, and I try to put them kind of in order of timing. So I know this is like turkey, first thing I've got to prep and get in there. Second one would be the green bean casserole because it's a slow cooker recipe. So then that one's next. And then, the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then like the last one is gravy. So I try to put them in order of timing so that I know which order I've got to start prepping. So when I'm done with the one, what's the next one I have to start working on? So, but that is my monthly menu. And there are some designs online on Etsy if you look at other people's that are just the week. And if that works for you, then that's fine. I like to have a month so that if I have the time to plan the entire month, I can do it, and I'm done. I don't have to keep doing it every single week. I can just plan the whole month at once and I'm good to go. Granted, I can still make adjustments as I need to, but then it's a little bit less time each week having to do that. As you can see though, I haven't been. I still have 2 weeks left to plan on this one, so there you go. What you need is essentially just chalk markers in different colors. I got these on Amazon. Some of them work okay, like the purple, the yellow, the pink, the green. But then there's like a gold and a silver and a light blue. They don't really work out real well. But at Michael's, you can find Craftsmart chalk marker fine tip. These worked out really well, and they came in like black, yellow, pink, and green, and then baby wipes so that you can wipe them off. You might need to do a couple passes to get all that chalky film off if you have like a black one like a black fridge like I do, and then just use like napkins or paper towels to just dry them up quickly. So I'm going to attempt to show you my meal planning app that I use. This is called Meal Planner, and I'll put the link in there, but I think any meal planning app that you use that maybe would work better for you, you can use any, but I think it needs to have some key features that you really need to have to make it usable for you. It needs to be able to plan your meals for the day and be able to handle multiple meals in a day. It needs to integrate shopping so that it pulls the ingredients from your recipe list and puts them into a shopping list for you. I think it really should also include pantry, things that you have in your pantry or that you've bought in a shopping list and didn't use, knowing what you have. Sometimes you might have to go in and clean those up manually, which isn't always great, but I think sometimes having that feature is very nice to know, okay, I don't need to buy 4 of those. I've got 2 still left at home. And then you place to input your recipes. Importing recipes, either from a website or being able to put in your own customized URL and pulling from that, I think is very key. You're more apt to use it if you can quickly import recipes that way. And a website view, being able to do them on your computer, and I'm going to show you that as well on the one that I have. So this is the meal planning tab, and I'll try and get in close. As you can see, this is the iPad. It also works on the phone. You can see the menu over there. You can see the starting view date and the starting end date, and you can see dots. And those are meals or items, recipes that I have planned for those meals. Some of them show 2, some of them show 3 or more. And so I can quickly go through days that way. On the other side, it then shows me the view of the menus, and I can scroll through and see what I'm cooking for those days. So you can quickly just, go to a date and click to add, and then I've got categories. So if I feel like, okay, I need something from beef, I can go into beef and I can scroll through the recipes and find something and be like, oh, I want to do the 1 pot weeknight beef stroganoff, and I can just click it, or I can click multiple items. I want to make all those things and hit done, and it would add them. So that's a quick way. And then once I'm in that week view, I can just click on cancel. I can click on an item and I can see the recipe. That one is, so here, beef stroganoff. So there's my aunt's beef stroganoff, and it's got a rating, it's got the serving, the categories I put, the ingredients, and the directions. So that's the meal planning side. Shopping side pulls from my recipe. So like for this next week, I could do, let's sync from, today is the 10th, so I need this, let's say I need to shop tomorrow. I'll do what I normally do. So I try to shop on Saturdays for the next week. So I would need stuff from Saturday to the 19th and sync it. Okay, these are the ingredients it's telling me that I need to go grocery shopping for. But like I have chicken broth. I use a chicken paste to make my own stock, so I delete that. I've got white wine. I can delete that. I've got some heavy whipping cream. I can delete that. I've got oil. You know, you can go through. I can quickly delete. And then as I'm shopping, and I do my shopping online, which that will be a whole nother thing. I can quickly check off the items that I've got, and then they're at the bottom. So if I didn't get those, I can, you know, if there's something on the list that I wasn't able to get online that I need to give to Amy, I can do an email, and it puts this little email together. And what's nice is these are actual checkboxes that work in the email. So then when she's in there, she can actually click those to check off that she's got them for her, you know, for herself. It doesn't email that back to me or anything, but at least then she's got it. Or I can print it, or I can move items. Then there's pantry. These are items that I would have in my pantry, and I've got to clean this up because this is actually not accurate. Come on, focus in. And it can scan by barcode, so that's nice. I can go through quickly and just scan items that I have. We don't need to do that. And then the recipe side. So here's all my recipes. It's got the categories on one side. So in beef, I've got 35, and then all the different recipes. So if I need to find one, I can go in, grab it. You know, there's the recipe. I can print it, or I can email it, or I can scale the ingredients for a different serving amount, add to the shopping list, duplicate the recipe to edit it. I can, you know, edit recipes, and editing is really easy. You know, there's the name, the photo, the description, the serving, the prep, cook time categories, ingredients, adding ingredients in, and then it does have header options. And then there's the ingredients and how does it need to be prepped. And then what aisle those are in, so that it can try to categorize your shopping list for you. And then the directions. And then notification if I need to be notified. I haven't used that yet. And then the rating. So like, we like this one, but Amy doesn't care for it as much, so I can give it 3 stars. And now it's up there 3. Plus, then it has the link. So if I feel like something's missing, like maybe it didn't import right, and I'm like, no, I know there's more to it than this, I can click that real fast, and it'll take me right into the recipe site that I pulled it from. And then settings. So this is the meal board app. This is the application that I use for all of my meal planning. And they have a website version. And I think like I've said in the other app, I think you need to have certain features. And what I like is that this one does have a online version for entering in your recipes or editing them. Sometimes it's just easier when you have a lot to be able to enter them in here. So there's a couple things when you first log in, and it's server.mealboardapp.com. You set up your username and passcode in your app, and then you can log in from here. But it can show you all of your recipes down the side. You've got new and import, and then your recipe on the other side. And from any of the recipes, you can print, delete, or edit them. So if I edit, like this one, the image location is broken, so I can copy that link. I can go to a new window, and I can go and I can grab the new image. So I can just right click, copy the image address, come back in, and and paste it and save. And now there's the image again. So you can quickly make edits and things. But here's the new, here's how to add a recipe. If you're copying from another, like a Word document, a PDF, or somewhere else online, instead of typing each individual line, you can hit import and type them so it's one recipe or one ingredient on a line, and then hit done, and it'll pop them in all for you. And then down here is your group headers that you can move up to where you need them, or if you need to rearrange recipe items, you can grab them and move. To import a recipe, it supports these sites, but you can always just try to copy the recipe in and paste it in and see if it's going to work for you or not and hit import. If it doesn't, and same with if you're using the app's auto import, if that doesn't import in the app, take that link, go to it in the app like you're going to import it through the app. But at the very bottom, there's a thing that says tool settings. And from there, when you hit that, that little bar at the bottom changes to serving size, ingredients, picture, directions, all that stuff. You can then, in the little web browser from the app, you can select like the ingredient list and hit the ingredient button, and it'll map it and know, oh, these are the ingredients. And then you can select the directions, hit that button, and it'll map it and go, oh, these are the directions. So it's easier to more manually import them that way, because there are some sites that just won't work. So let's do one. One of the sites that I do enjoy is Kitchen, and I do get their weekly newsletter, and they've just started one for meal planning, but you can sign up and then they'll send you tips, tricks, different recipes. So let's find one like, okay, instant pot spaghetti. Well, I don't have an instant pot, so let's find something else that might be good. Make ahead croissant breakfast sandwiches. Okay, that sounds wonderful. And it's a recipe. And so I will go down to where the recipe is and I will look at it and go, 10 to 15 minutes, not a whole lot of ingredients, doesn't seem like it's going to be that much work. So I will copy the link, go into my meal board, and I will paste it and import. And there it is. And so this is a breakfast, and it's already pulled everything else. If I wanted a description, I could go back and pull something about it. And then it said, for the time, it said 15 minutes prep and 15 minutes cook. For some reason, it doesn't always import those in because it can't always find them. So I'll just put that in so I have it. There are the ingredients. Now, it's key when you're doing and using an app like this that your measurements and your names of your ingredients are same in all of your recipes, because that's how it's going to group when you do the shopping list or the pantry, that's how it's going to group those ingredients together for the week and how it's going to know how much quantity you need. So if I had 1 teaspoon and then 1 TSP, it might recognize those as the same thing and group them together, or it might say, oh, it's 2 different things. And then if I had freshly ground black pepper and one recipe that said black pepper in a week, it might think they're 2 different ingredients. So I do some cleanup for mine. I take off kosher. It's just salt. It's just black pepper. And then I make sure that, the preparation's copied over to the right side of the screen. And then here's the aisle that I can find them in. I typically don't have black pepper and salt show up in my groceries because I always have those on hand, but I don't always have Dijon mustard. So I need to make sure I check that on so that it'll show up in my shopping list. And then down at the bottom is the ingredients, and I just double check to make sure that they're there. And if I needed to move these around, like I said, you can just grab in between and see how the croissant is moving up and down. And same with the group header. If I needed a group header, I could bring one up there. And then basically you just hit save, and there's the recipe. It's imported, and now it'll show up in my app. So that's really easy. So that's the online version of the app. I also like to keep my recipes when I can, and I haven't been diligent on this, keep them somewhere else online like allrecipes.com, just because, apps come and go. I don't want to put 500 recipes in an app and then lose them one day. So I like to have them somewhere else. So getting them in all recipes or some other form is handy, or being able to email them out. Like my app can email them out, then I can just keep them, somewhere. Just so that, and a lot of recipe apps do pull automatically or can pull automatically from all recipes. And if you have an Alexa device, she can pull from all recipes too. So I think that's handy to have it in just a couple different places. It's a little bit more work sometimes to have them duplicated in different areas, but it just kind of saves your butt so you don't lose a recipe. So that's another one. And then in here, like I can go to my favorites and it'll bring me to my favorites. But what I do like about all recipes is when I go into a recipe, these are recipes that people have created and submitted, and they rate it. So like this one has 2,000 reviews, and the people have given it 4.5 stars out of 5. So I think that's really good. And you can scale it. It's not obvious, but if you click on servings here, you can change it then to like, I need to make this for 24 people. And now it'll adjust everything for you and tell you how much you need. Plus there's a video to watch, or you can see people's actual, when they've made it, how it actually looks and turned out. And then of course reviews at the bottom, which can be handy. So, and I like that they show the most helpful and the most critical right away. So you can kind of get both. So that is all recipes, and that is kitchen, and then meal board. So grocery shopping. I do like to use an online service. Again, you know, they do charge a delivery fee. But what I save in groceries by doing it this way, and some of them, like Instacart does have a yearly plan that then you get free delivery, and if you're doing this every week, you're immediately saving. But I don't spend as much money now on groceries because, one, I'm not going hungry when I'm shopping. And two, I'm not getting tempted by, ooh, that looks really delicious, or ooh, hey, I need this too, you know, when I really don't need it. I'm literally just getting the things that are on my grocery list. I have my app open next to me on my phone or my iPad while I'm shopping, and I just check them off as I go, and then maybe add in a few things that have been on the fridge or that people need, and then that's it. So I think that's really helpful to save me time and money. The other thing that I like, in some, like Instacart and Coburn delivers, I don't know if they do the similar thing. Coburn's was a little more expensive for me in this area, so I just, Instacart, just, you know, was, you know, it was Cub. I have a Cub right next to me, so it's nice because I can do the same type of shopping I would have done anywhere else, but it just comes to me. Plus, they are always adding stores. So, like, we always had Cub and Petco. Now they've added Aldi's a couple months ago, and now they've just added Sam's Club. So, that's wonderful that I can get these items. Or you can pick up from Cub, so you can at least do your shopping and then just go and pick up, and you know, that's very helpful. So, oh, and some to save on delivery, if you're already going to be spending, like, let's see, let me go back to craft products. If you're going to already be spending like $35, by spending $20 more dollars on craft products, if I was already buying that much of craft product, by looking for these kind of deals and getting my cheese and my mac and cheese and my ketchup and my cream cheese, then I'm already getting free delivery because they're paying for it. It's one of their ways of promotion, but if I'm already going to be buying those items, then I just save some delivery. So that's helpful. The other thing that I do like is that it tells you what your items are in the past that you've got. And it's like, oh, what was that thing that I got? And I can quickly scroll through here and find out. And let's say I'm doing, okay, chicken. I need chicken. What I like is that it will tell me what I've bought in the past right away. Buy it again here. So I know what brands I've had and what I liked or not liked. This is my favorite chicken. Family pack boneless, skinless chicken breast. It's $2.49 a pound. It's usually always on sale. And they're huge. I mean, these things are fat. And you get about anywhere from sometimes 6 to 8 chicken breasts in there. So what I do is the minute I get those back from the grocery, I have my mother who lives with us, I have her divide them up, cut them in half, so that I'm getting 2 chicken breasts out of 1, and then she bags them in freezer bags, double bagged, so 1 freezer bag, and then inside another one, and she'll put like 3 to 4 in there, or we have some freezer bowls that she'll also put them in, and that way then when I go to make the meals throughout the week, I know that, okay, this has about 3 or 4 chicken breasts in it, so I can just grab a bag the night before and get it to defrost. I think doing that kind of separating of your frozen goods immediately instead of just chucking them right in the freezer is helpful, because then you don't have to wait for that to defrost just when you'll need a couple of chicken breasts when you buy in bulk like this. So that's handy. The other thing that I like, and I've already done this, is I put this in. So let's say I've gotten that chicken, and I only need 1 package of this. But when you go to order it, it says how many pounds do you want. Well, I don't know how many pounds are in one of these packages. Actually, I do. It's usually about 5 pounds. So what's nice is I can put it in my cart, and when I'm in the cart, there's a spot where I can edit instructions. And so for this one, I say I just need 2 packages. Weight does not matter, because it doesn't matter to me as long as they grab 2 packages. If they are out of this package, then I will need 12 chicken breasts. Because like they may substitute, in the past they've substituted for one of these, bear or one of these. But then there's only like 4 breasts in this. So then I need, if I'm getting like 8 in here, then I would need 2 of these packs to cover that 1 pack. So I like that you can have instructions on this. The other thing I like about Instacart is that you can, it will alert you right away and text your phone when they start shopping. And then you really do need to keep your phone next to you and be monitoring it, because then they will, if they can't find something, if something's out of stock, they will text you, in the app will tell you they've chosen a replacement, and then you can go in and review it and approve it, or swap it out for something similar, or say, no, I need to refund my money. And I've had to do that because, like this, Amy likes low-carb tortillas, or just low-carb stuff. And so I'd found these tortillas, and I like that a lot of these now they're trying to add the nutrition facts. And these tortillas have 10 carbs, but then take away the 7 dietary fiber, that's 3 net carbs. She can have this tortilla. She can have a tortilla with her taco, or have a tortilla with her chicken salad, instead of just eating the chicken salad by itself. So I wanted these specific tortillas, and they happened to be out once. And so they were going to swap them with, say, what one was the one that I found? This one, I think. And this one, the carbs are 19 and 15. So that's 4. That one wasn't actually too bad. This wasn't the one that they swapped out. I think it was one of these. And it says, oh yeah, 6 net carbs. 32 and 26. That's a little too high for Amy. So I was like, no, I don't want this one. Just give me my money back. We'll just try and find it on our own or something. So that was handy. But you do have to watch it, because once they're done shopping, you can't make changes like that. So definitely, there's been times where I've been sitting in my chair kind of waiting for the shopping to begin, and I've kind of dozed off, and then I was screwed. So you do need to pay attention. But I do like that this saves me time. I can do other things while they're shopping. I'm not being tempted by things. I can go ahead and, have it just come to me, and I can save money because I'm not buying things that I don't need for the week just because that ice cream looks really good. Although I've been doing that lately. So that's been very handy. So that is the grocery shopping. I think just finding a service that's going to work for you, that delivers in your area, that isn't too expensive, fits within your budget, I think is just helpful. There's no reason to, unless you really like shopping, if that's your therapeutic thing is grocery shopping to get out of the house, fine. But if it's one of the headaches of cooking, is that you have to go grocery shopping, have it come to you. There's no reason why you need to spend the time doing that when you can save that time and do other things. Amy and I will be talking about this in the next video, about how we made a decision that things really needed to come to us. When I was working and when she's working, just the time that we have to see each other was just a few hours in the evening, and then the weekends we have things planned with usually the family or the other things going on. It just that it was taking away too much time to then try and carve out and do grocery shopping, or we wouldn't end up doing grocery shopping because we just didn't have the time, and then I wouldn't make, food for the week. We would just kind of scrounge or rummage or eat out or whatever, and that was just wasting money too. So I think just doing things that will save you time so you can focus on the things that are important, I think is very key, especially like me. I'm in my 40s now and I'm getting older. It's like I want to relish the time that I have available for me and my family. So there you go. I think the next section of this video is Amy and I will be talking about how we pick our menus. All right, you ready?
Sure, what are we doing?
We're talking about how we plan our menu.
I tell you what to make and you make it.
That works. For those that don't know, this is my wife.
I'm the pretty one.
The Yes.
and
Yes, she is.
and modest.
And modest, yes. Some of this info won't pertain to those of you that are single, because you don't have to plan for other people. But for us, that we had.
God, if we didn't have to plan for any other people, life would be so easy.
Not necessarily, because then you're just fighting with yourself. Do I really want to eat this? Do I not want to eat this?
Then it's just a matter of if you feel like cooking or not.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest. Do you want to eat this? The answer is always yes.
Well, yeah.
I want to eat.
Yeah, I like eating. But the first thing that we like to do, I think, is look at our calendar and not necessarily know particular what's going on, just knowing what
nights are busy.
What are busy.
Yeah.
And kind of when it starts getting busy, so we know what our time block is for dinner. Mm-hmm. If it's going to be something easy, or that we need quick, we'll do like something we can throw together, like chicken sandwiches or.
Yum! I want chicken sandwiches.
Right. Well, we do got to do our grocery shopping this weekend.
So yeah, busy nights, not busy nights.
Yep.
Determines, how complicated your meal can be, I guess.
Yeah. And we don't necessarily take, like, we have two picky eaters, Michaela and Riley. Mm-hmm. And we try to throw in...
Well, Kayla's away at college most of the time.
But she's been here since Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had to plan meals that she would like, at least a couple. We don't do it every night. We try not to, cater to everybody's individual wish, because then it's just a headache.
Right.
We make what we like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I try to make stuff that I know Amy can eat with her dietary restrictions, but at the same time that I'm going to enjoy cooking. Like, for instance, this week and last week, I think it was on the menu and has shifted 3 times, chicken chipotle crepes.
Yeah, we gotta make those.
But see, that's an Amy thing, because I can't stand making the crepes. It's kind of a little bit of a long process. So last night when I was supposed to make them on my own, I looked at the recipe and I'm like, I don't want to roll out parchment on the counter and individually put the crepes out so they don't stick together, and then roll them and then bake them. So I made just chicken tacos. So being able to adapt quickly is handy too, because there's going to be nights where you're like, this is going on the menu and I'm going to have it this week, and then that night happens and you're like, I don't feel like making that.
Or I don't feel like eating beef today.
Yeah, so we try to be flexible and swap things around if we need to.
Yeah.
I think there's been a couple times where, or even this week, I forgot to take out chicken for something, but I had beef out or something. I don't remember, but I was able to quickly switch from another night, and then I just swapped the days around. So having something that you can wipe off and just rewrite is handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Plus, it's nice that it's posted right on the refrigerator, because then, like Riley comes through and it's like, what's for dinner? And you're like, go read the fridge.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I have the app, so I could just leave it on the app for me, but having it on the fridge is mainly for everybody else.
Yeah.
So they stop pestering me. Or you. Or you come up and be like, what are we eating tonight? Even though she has the app too.
Yeah.
Yeah, then she can just go look. How do we categorize our meals?
By meat?
Yeah, I think because we're mainly chicken family.
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of beef. We don't do any pork really.
Yeah, don't really do any pork.
Or fish at all.
Half of us don't like pork.
Yeah.
None of us really like fish.
And you're allergic to shellfish, so it just freaks us out anyways.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of chicken.
A lot of chicken, some turkey.
Like
ground turkey type stuff.
A little bit of beef. We're trying to stay away from pasta. And then we have it categorized by type. So Mexican, Italian, American.
Yeah.
Healthy, dessert, bread, side dishes in the app so that we can quickly grab things. But I'll generally, I think, put together a meal plan. And then I'll sit down with Amy and be like, okay, this is what I'm thinking of getting. Or if I'm stumped on a couple of days and I don't quite know what we want, then we'll sit down together and I'll be like, give me a category you're craving.
Yeah. Or if there's a meal we haven't had in a while that I really want to have.
Yeah.
Or even if we have had it like last week and I really liked it and I want it again.
The creamy mushroom Parmesan chicken.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do that again.
So okay, here's an example. We'll do this live.
So we have this menu app.
Yep, and I've already, by now that you have seen the video of me talking about it. Okay, so for this next coming week, so last night was going to be creamy chipotle chicken crepes. We technically still have the ingredients for that. That's the other thing, is that we'll look at what ingredients we still have.
We should do that today, because I'm here,
Yeah.
I'm not at work, and I'm the crepe maker. So
in my, you can't really see it because it's really bright, but in my app, I'm going to go and I'm going to edit and I'm going to move that to today. Now, I had for tonight the Caesar chicken. Did we like the Caesar chicken?
I don't remember.
It was covered in the Caesar dressing with something else, and
I don't like Caesar dressing.
okay, so no, nix that one then.
Yeah, I thought we had talked about doing ranch instead, but then we did that chicken bacon ranch thing in the crock pot that was really good. So
Okay, so you guys had that on your own. See, this is the conversation we have. Last night when we did tacos, I heated up a little bit of that because I wanted to try it and threw it on a taco. Amazing.
yeah, I thought about putting it in a taco, but then I was, just staying away from the carbs. So
Okay, so we're going to delete the Caesar chicken out of the menu. We'll do the creamy chipotle chicken crepes tonight because we still have the ingredients for that. We'll just have to take out chicken. Do we even have chicken, actually? We might be out. And then tomorrow I was thinking of chicken in a creamy Parmesan and sun-dried tomato sauce.
did we have that one before?
Yeah, it's like the Parmesan and garlic spinach one that you like with the mushrooms, but it's just no mushrooms and it's just Parmesan and sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay. Well,
So-
I might remember that one. I'm not
So we
sure.
do that. And then Monday I was thinking tacos, but like regular tacos.
No,
Or
we just had tacos. So we just had chicken tacos.
Yeah, so take that off. Okay, so then what do you want for Monday?
I don't know.
Give me a category.
Chicken.
Okay, Asian?
No, not feeling it.
Okay. Beef?
Could do beef. Depends upon what it is.
Okay, let's look at the beef. Beef stroganoff, we just had that
Yeah,
last week,
it's
the
too
week
heavy.
before, yeah.
And with the noodles and everything. I don't want a pasta.
No. What about a chili?
Not
Not
a
a
super
chili.
huge fan. Like, I can have chili
Okay.
every once in a while when it's really cold, and that's about it.
You didn't care for the easy crockpot French dip sandwiches, right?
No.
Oh, I love those. They were so good.
They were okay. They just, it wasn't like 5 stars. It was like 3 stars.
Yeah, I did. 3 stars exactly is what we rated it.
Well, there you go.
Easy balsamic glazed steak tips and mushrooms. I feel like we just had that.
We did have something like
Like
that.
it,
It
yeah.
wasn't
Oh,
the
we had the-
balsamic one, though,
we had
because
the-
I'm not a fan of the balsamic.
We had the garlic butter herb. Italian cheese stuffed meatloaf.
Oh, yeah, meatloaf. That would be a good one.
Do you want the stuffed one or just one that's not going to take as much work?
I don't care.
So
However much work you want to put into it.
okay.
I've never had a stuffed meatloaf. That sounds a little weird to me, but
Yeah, there's one in here somewhere. Let me go back and do a search for meatloaf. I might have moved. No, that is. I thought I had one for slow cooker. Let me look back at the slow cooker stuff. Because I know I have that slow cooker. Oh, melt in your mouth meatloaf. Did we like the one that I did in the slow cooker before?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I remember having it.
Okay.
I just don't remember if I liked it. Didn't we rate it?
It's got 5 stars.
Then I must have liked it.
Okay, so we'll do that then.
This is why we rate things, see?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember crap anymore.
Okay, Tuesday, you said chicken. Baked garlic Parmesan chicken.
Yes.
Okay. Wednesday. Do you want healthy? Do you want Italian, Mexican?
I need some veggies.
You need some veggies, so you want something healthy?
Yeah.
Something with vegetables. Chicken pesto and zucchini pasta. That's where I make the pasta out of the zucchini.
I do like the zucchini pasta. Didn't we have that with like an Alfredo or something, though? Let's do that one. I like the Alfredo one. Did it have chicken with it, too?
You
Are we
can
back
add-
to chicken
You
again?
can add chicken if you want.
We just can't get away from the chicken.
No, we really can't. It's everywhere. Sweet potato fajitas. You want to see a picture?
Yeah. I don't know about that. I like sweet potato, though.
Okay, I'm going to put that other one in, even though I know I got to switch it out
Okay.
for the actual. Because I know which one
So
you're
this
talking
is just all recipes that we have in the menu app, but we
I think we've got, like,
we'll
500.
pull stuff from online, or if there's something
She'll
that we
send
see
me
on
stuff.
TV that looks good,
And I'll
or
import it in.
or cookbooks.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we have the stack cooker ones that we just pulled.
Oh, that's right. We were going to do stack cooker.
Okay, let me go. They're
I
still in
forgot
my
about that.
pictures. I haven't imported them yet.
Because we have that stack cooker cookbook, and you can cook a different meal for dinner every night for like 13 years or something.
Yep.
I think.
We've
Without
got
repeats.
cheesy cauliflower steak and onions and Italian asparagus. That was one meal.
Okay.
The other one was dilled green beans and onions.
As a side?
As a side. Oop. Upside down stuffed peppers and broccoli and pecans.
That sounds good too.
Egg, bake, and squash duo.
Egg, bake, and squash duo.
They're different.
Oh, two different things. I was envisioning that as one recipe, and I was really confused.
Italian seasoned chicken.
Italian seasoned chicken sounds good.
And it looks like it's stuffed.
It does. Why don't we do that? Pair that with one of those side ones.
With
was it a dill something?
the dilled green beans and onions and the cheesy cauliflower?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay, so I'm just going to put in the menu thing, stack cooker, and I'll know which ones they are, and I'll enter them tonight.
I wouldn't remember which ones they are.
Quick add. Stack. Cooker. Stark Zucker. That's what I just typed.
It's your new stripper name?
Yeah. And Friday, is it just going to be leftovers?
Yes. We still have some leftovers we have to get through. We have some of that creamy chicken wild rice soup.
Yep.
And
then Saturday, we'll figure out then.
Yeah.
So there's our menu for the week. So now I could sit down and do my grocery shopping with that.
Yeah. And we talked about so many different things that I don't remember what recipes we're actually having and on what days, so
I'll have to update the...
Good thing we have the fridge thing.
Yeah, I'll have to update the fridge thing. But that's essentially, how we pick our recipes.
Mm-hmm.
But we talk to each other, or at least I try to.
Yeah. We don't usually ask the other people because...
No. It really just matters what we want.
That would be a little insane.
Yeah. They can eat it or they can find their own food. They can forage. Hey, we're raising
There's always
survivalists.
something for leftovers, too. So
No, there's always something for leftovers. I do try to keep in the freezer frozen pizza or
yeah, but
corn
I don't
dogs.
like doing that.
No,
I don't like them using that as an alternative.
No, but it's nice for a
But
quick...
they'll go and they'll make themselves a sandwich.
Yep.
Riley has gone and made himself grilled cheese and...
Yeah. Or corn dogs sometimes.
Yeah.
Something. Mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Ramen. They love ramen. We need to get more ramen.
Yeah, we're out.
So, but essentially that's it. We just talk and plan it and see what's going to work for us and figure out what days, we didn't even look. Are we even busy this week?
Nope.
Did I not say that was the first step? Is that we look at the calendar?
We're not busy this week. I can't retain anything else, but I know schedules pretty well.
Yeah.
When you're used to scheduling for a family of 7, it kind of sticks.
Oh, by the way, I have the app now syncing it to the calendar. The food.
Oh, the dinner stuff?
So when I change it, it changes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can see that calendar. I don't know if I've shared it with you, but it's here.
All right.
Yeah, there's nothing other than next weekend.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so depending upon what's happening on Friday, if we make it over to Kelly's on Friday, we'll be having pizza.
Next Saturday is Dolly Parton's birthday. Just in case anybody needed to know that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I think that's it.
That's all we do.
Else?
And then we go through and put them on the right days, and the app compiles a grocery list for you.
Yep.
So then we go through that grocery list, because it's going to give you a grocery list for everything you need. We go through the grocery list and see what we already have.
And we'd use Instacart or some other grocery service. And I've been wanting to do that forever, but it wasn't until, I think, earlier last year that you were finally like, I'm tired, I want things to come to me.
Yeah.
I'm tired of going and getting things.
Yeah. It takes up a lot of your time, especially when you work full-time and then you have other things going on, so if you have committee meetings or you have, whatever in the evenings and and then you only have the weekend really to do things, and then you're taking up half of a day doing your shopping and meal prep stuff.
It's told me in the past, like 86 hours we've saved in shopping time for groceries alone.
Well, crap.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
And then you'll check in before you leave work. Usually you'll call me and be like, do we need anything, just in case I've forgotten something.
Yep, something immediate,
which
like for
happens.
dinner that night, like, or if we're out of milk or something like that. That's a constant battle. It doesn't matter how many gallons you get delivered on Sunday.
Alone will go through a gallon in a day and a half. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even try to get chocolate milk in this house. It's gone within an hour.
And I don't even drink the milk anymore.
No, and now he's starting to get into your milk.
I know, he is. He likes it.
Yeah. So, and then how do we pick our recipes? We look online, but is there anything in specific that we look for?
No.
I know, I try to find stuff that does not take a lot of ingredients.
Oh, yeah. If it has, like, an ingredient list that's more than, 15 things, if it's 15 or more things, I'm like, nope, not even going to look at it.
Or even if it's like, okay, here's how you do the chicken. Now here's for the sauce. And then here's for the breading. And here's... No, forget it.
Nope.
It needs to be easy and not a whole lot of ingredients.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just... Unlike my soup. My soup does have a lot of ingredients and it is a 3-hour process. But I only make that once or twice in the fall. And it's a special treat. And
right, it's like twice a year. That's it.
Yeah. So, and I make a big enough batch to last me. Usually it would only last 3 days. But now that the kids aren't here, it's been lasting a whole week.
Yeah, but don't tell them we have some in the fridge.
Oh, well. Like my kids watch me on video.
Some of them might be eavesdropping from the other room.
Yeah, that's true. Anything else they need to know about menu planning?
I don't think so.
And that's it? I think that was an easy one. Mm-hmm. The next step is meal prepping, I think is what we're going to cover.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick a involved meal this week and I will record me prepping it. Like, ideally I would like to take a Sunday and do all the cutting for the week's meals, but
sometimes that just doesn't happen though.
No. And some of those items, to be honest, the minute you cut them, their shelf life gets drastically reduced and you can't save it for the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we did get some organization tools for the fridge, like our little egg things, which seem silly.
Yeah, but it was actually nice.
Like these for the eggs with the clippy. And it seems silly because the eggs already come in a container, but you know what? You can see how many eggs you actually have in it without having to open it.
Yeah, which is huge. And when you're taking it out of the fridge, because we always get the 18-count eggs, you take it out of the fridge and that container is a little floppy. Mm-hmm. And this is nice because it's not floppy.
And it's locked.
And it's locked on all four sides.
You're not going to have one accidentally slip out or something.
Right.
So we got 2 of these that stays in there. Mm-hmm. And then we've got the little, it seems silly organizing things for your shelf, but as Marie Kondo has shown us with her boxes within drawers, I have a little slidey thing for my cans, and I'd like to get a couple more for smaller things like blocks of cheese or the snacks or whatever, just so it's a little more organized.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you. And look out for the next one, hopefully tomorrow, whatever I'm making for tomorrow, maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't want to drag it out till the middle of the week or something. I'd like to get this done for people, but I don't know if tomorrow's an involved meal because now I don't remember what it is. I haven't written it down yet.
Well, I'll be gone. So.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm going with you yet.
Okay.
I could if I want to be in the car for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Get a lot of work done.
More like 8.
Yeah. So, all right.
No, you can't be up here. Jinx. All right.
He's like, watch me.
Oh, okay. Go to that side, though. Oh, my Lord.
He's going to eat it.
What is he getting?
He's getting the chain.
Oh, on the ceiling fan?
Yeah.
If you pull that ceiling fan down on my head, I'm going to be pissed. Can you get him?
Okay.
Hi.
Oh.
Okay, mommy and daddy need to do things now. You're gonna have to go play with your brother and your sister and... No, don't eat the microphone. Stop it. What? Okay, time to go play. Get down.